a different kind of patterning. And we talked about it a little bit last week when we were doing our numbers, when we were building our numbers with our dots and our 5 sticks. We talked about patterning a little bit. Does anybody remember what kind we talked about? Sid, what did we talk about? What? Say it again. A growing pattern. And what do our numbers grow by when we have those? What do they grow by, Boston?
1.
They grow by 1, don't they? So if we say 1, we know that the next number is going to grow by 1 more, and it's going to be what? 2. And if we say 2, we know that the next number is going to grow by 1 more, and it's going to be what?
3.
Yes, very good. Well, today we are going to work a little more with patterns and see what we come up with. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to start with this. Ooh, look at all those lines up there. I want you to look at them first before we talk about them and see if you can figure out what this pattern might be. Ooh, it's a good one. What do you notice? Boston, what do you notice?
Because it's growing.
It is growing, isn't it? What do you notice that it's growing by? Dahlia.
So it's like going all the way to 5.
Oh, okay. Well, what else do you notice? What did it start with? If it goes to 5, what does it start with?
1.
Good. And then what?
2.
2 lines, and then what?
3 lines. 4 lines. 5.
Agree or disagree with Dahlia? Fabulous. Let's give Dahlia a 2 clap. Awesome. So what do you think this pattern, somebody said Boston said it's a growing pattern. Dahlia said there's 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So what do you think, what kind of a growing pattern is it, Annabelle? It grows by 1 every time, doesn't it? Yes, very good. So we started right here and we had 1. Then if we start, here's our 1, but we added how many more? 1 more. Then we had how many altogether? 2. So we started with our 2, and then we added what? 1 more. And then we had how many altogether? 3. I'm going to see if a different color will show up better. So then we had 3. And we added how many more? 1 more. Good. And then we had how many altogether? 4. So we started over here with 4. And then how many did we add?
1 more.
1 more. And that gave us how many?
5.
So that tells us that it's what kind of a pattern, kindergarten?
A growing pattern.
A growing pattern. Yes. It's a growing pattern. And it grows by how many? 1. It grows by 1. Very good. I'm going to erase that because I'm going to go on to the next slide. Ooh, I like that pattern. That was fun. Those look like our tally marks that we put up here, don't they, when we do our teacher-student game. Lyric, do you have a question about that?
Yeah.
What?
It's like numbers that are growing to the top, to the bottom, and to the middle.
Jen.
It looks like it's straight line. Looks like it's straight line.
I think it is a straight line. Would you agree or disagree, kindergarten? They agree. All right. Thanks, Jen. Have a seat. Yes, Quinn. Okay, just scooch over on the other side of Boston. Yep, scooch back just a little bit. There you go, hon. All right. Let's look at these yellow dots. Look at them carefully and see. Tell me what you notice. Who can use their math talk and tell me what they notice? Let's start with Kaden. Kaden, what do you notice?
There's 1, and then we add 2 more, and then there's 2 more, and then we add 1 more, and then there's 3 more, and then there's 1 more.
Oh, so what do you think you know about this one? What do you know about this one, Blakely?
It grows to 4.
It grows to 4. Good. It does. It starts with 1, and then it goes to 2, and then to 3, and then to 4. What else do you know about it, Annabelle? I love that. I love that. What do you notice, Lily?
There's circles.
They are circles, aren't they? Good. What else do we notice, Quinn? It's a growing pattern. Yay, it is a growing pattern. And how much does it grow by, Camden? 1. Very good. So let's look at it this way this time. So we see that there is 1. And when we slide across, does this match up? Yes, it has 1, but then it has how many more? 1 more. And it makes for how many? 2. Okay, so let's match these up. Is there 2 right here? Yes, there are, but how many more is there?
One
One more. It adds 1 more, and it makes how many? 3. So let's match those up. Match, and a match, and a match. So we have 3, but what do we have?
One more.
1 more. So how many does that give us?
4.
4. Ooh, so what do you think our next one would be? If this pattern kept going, what would our next one be, Delia?
5.
Ooh, agree or disagree with Delia? Let's see if she's right. I'm going to draw those over here. See if I can draw them about like they did. She says 5. So do each of these have a match?
Yes.
Yes, and then there's how many?
1 more.
1 more. Agree or disagree? Is it a growing pattern by 1?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Good job. All right, let's erase that. What do you need, Jen? It looks like an arrow?
Yeah, see?
Oh, look, it's a nice slanted line, isn't it?
Yep.
It starts like this and it slants up. It starts here and it goes up, 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 up.
I was right, like,
It does it because it's a growing pattern. It's going to get taller and taller, isn't it? All right, thanks, Jen. Have a seat.
it's like it's gonna move and fall down.
Okay, very good. Let's move on to our next one. Ooh, red is harder to erase than green, kindergarten. Yeah, it doesn't want to come off as good, does it? That's all right. We'll get it. All right, let's go on to our next pattern. Ooh, what do we have here, kindergarten? Hearts. We have hearts. And how many hearts do you see first, Layla? 2. What do you see next? And what do you see next? 2, 4, 6. What do you think about this pattern? This one's trickier. A little bit trickier. Kaylin, growing pattern. Is it getting bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Yes, it is. It started little, didn't it? And then it grew bigger, and then it grew much, much bigger. So it is a growing pattern. Good. How much is it growing by? Camden.
2.
He says it's growing by 2. Should we see if he's right? All right, let's match it up. So the first one has how many? 2. So let's match it up. There's 1, 2. Ooh, plus how many more do we have?
2.
2 plus 2 more. So that gives us how many altogether?
4.
4. So this was our 2. We matched up. And now it says 4. So let's see if we can match up 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it have 4?
Yeah.
Yes, so there's our 4. But how many more does it have?
2.
2 plus 2 more. So that gives us how many?
6.
6. Good. We have 6. And then if we were to grow the pattern again, how many would be in our next group of hearts? We had 2, and then 4, and then 6. If we had 6 and we added 2 more, Boston, how many would be in our next group?
8.
Agree or disagree with Boston? Yeah, you are right. We would have 8 more. So this is also called what kind of a pattern, kindergarten?
Growing pattern.
Growing pattern. And how much does this pattern grow by?
2.
2. Very good. Do you think we could grow one that was even bigger?
Yeah.
We probably could, couldn't we?
But I have a question.
Yes, Kaden.
When you make those lines that go all the way to like 4,
Uh-huh.
it made like those wire lines outside.
Oh, it did kind of look like that, didn't
I got a question too.
it? Okay, Jed, what's your question, honey?
6 have 3 and 3.
So we could do 3 and 3, couldn't we? In our group, we did how many? First, we did 4 and 2. So 6 could be made by 4 and 2, or it could be made by 3 and 3. Yeah, good job.
I have a question.
Okay, go sit down, Jed.
Are 5 and 1?
Camden, good job.
It goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's
So
12.
it just goes all the way to the sideline, and it's a growing side pattern.
It's just a growing pattern. It grows by how many? How many does it grow by, kindergarten?
1,
Oh, how many?
2.
2. It grew by 2 this time. Yes, Dahlia.
All of these are the same.
They are all the same, aren't they? Yes, very good. Annabelle.
All of them have ones at the end of that.
Okay, good. Charlie.
There's so it goes by 2, 4, 6.
When we count, you know what we call that? We call that counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We could keep going and going and going, just adding 2 more every time. All right, let's go on, kindergarten. Oh, look at this one. Oh, this one's different. This one's different. Okay, what do you think about this one? I'm looking for people that are on their bottoms, raising their hand. Lily.
There's a 1 and 3 and 5 more.
Very good. There's 1 and then 3 and then 5. Good observation, Lily. Who can tell me more about this? What do you notice about it? Kaylin.
Me?
That's your name.
There's 3 on the side, 3 on the side, and 3 inside.
Oh, count the inside again.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 3 right here in the middle. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. What else do you notice, Layla?
There's a 1 right here and a 1 right there.
Okay, we just have 1 over here and we have 1 over there. Good. What do you notice about this row then, Layla? Is there 1 over here and 1 over here that doesn't match this one? Yeah, good.
There's 1 question.
Okay, just a second. I haven't called your name. I'm going to call on somebody else first. Good job, Layla. Thanks. Okay, I'm going to call on somebody else first. Annabelle. They what? Show me. Show me what you mean, hon.
If this one was gone, I wanted them to here.
Oh, if this one was gone, she says there would be 2 right there. Okay. So how many, let's talk about this for just a second. You can sit down. Sid, do you have an idea?
It's how you count.
Okay, show us.
1, 2. There's 1 question and it goes over.
Oh, so it gets bigger, but then it gets smaller. If we do it that way, it sure does. Good observation. Blakely.
It's a growing pattern.
How is it a growing pattern?
Because I have 1, 2, and a lot more.
Okay, let's start. It does have a lot more, and it is growing, isn't it? But let me show you how. Thanks, Blakely, for showing us that part. Let's start at the top and go down. How many do we have right here? 1. When we come down here, we have 1. We match it up. Let's match it up. So we have 1, but how many more do we have? 2 more. So it's how many? Plus 2. Okay, then we come down here. So that makes how many? 3. That made 3. So we come down here and we match up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then how many do we have left?
4.
How many do we have extra? 2 plus 2. So what is this? What would we think about this? What would you say about this pattern? Boston.
It's a long pattern.
It's a growing pattern. And how much is it growing by, kindergarten?
2.
2. Look, because we had 2 that didn't match up and we had 2 more that didn't match up, right? So how many do you think if we made another row down here, how many do you think would be in that row? If it's growing by 2, how many would be in the next row? What do you think, Dahlia?
7.
Ooh, let's see if Dahlia's right, shall we? Let's see if she's right. I wish I could move that up a little, but I can't. So let's try it like this. We would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if they match up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it a plus 2? Do we have 2 extras?
Yeah.
Yes. So is Dahlia right? Did it grow by 2?
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. That was a good job, Dahlia. Yeah, let's give Dahlia 2 claps.
I
Awesome.
have a question.
Oh, but you have to have your hand up to have a question. Okay, let's erase really quick. I think I might have one more for us. Let me check here. It's so fun to do growing patterns and look and see if you can figure out how they grow.
That looks like a triangle.
Okay, you need to sit down or it's going to be ugly. All right. Here we go. Let's see if there's one more for us. Oh, there is not. That was our last one. I thought I had one with stars on it, but apparently not. Nope, that's all we have is just that many. Okay, so kindergarten, here's what we're going to do next.
Get our papers out.
We're going to look at our papers because on our papers we're going to work on growing patterns, okay? That was last week. Here is our paper for today. We're going to look at the first pattern. The first pattern has what shape? Squares. It has squares. And it has how many to start with?
1,
1. And then how many?
2,
And then how many?
3,
What is it growing by? What is it growing by? Sid.
1,
It's growing by 1. So how many squares do you think we'll draw next?
4,
4. Yes. So we will leave a space. See how they left a spacer right here? We'll leave a spacer. And then how many will we put? 4. Good. Let's look at our next one. It has 1. And then how many?
2,
And then how many?
3,
And then how many?
4,
So what do you think will be next?
5,
5. It's a growing pattern and it's growing by what?
1.
1. Good. Oh, look at this pattern. This one's different. It goes rectangle, circle. How many circles? 1. And then it goes 1 rectangle, but it has how many circles?
2,
And then it has 1 rectangle, but how many circles?
3,
So what do you think we'll put? Rectangle and
4.
4 circles. Can you put your glasses on right, please? All right. So we are going to finish our patterns, and we're going to do this part together, okay? We're going to go ahead and stop our lesson. And we will start.